All right, y'all. What's up? We back in the building. We live and we back tuned in. You would take talent, which stands for take a look inside truth, which y'all already know. So I'm thankful again to have y'all here for another session that we doing or whatever. And each and every time with each and every person, it's a banger because they come with something new. So I'm glad that y'all tuned in again. Thank y'all. God bless y'all. And just stay tuned for the message. So I got my boy David here as a new special guest. You know what I'm saying? This is an OG, so give him that respect. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on
Put
the
the
name.
respect on
And
it.
we gonna dive into it. And I got Cindy right here.
Hey guys.
And y'all already know like how we do it. We get a guest. The floor is their way to take it, and we just gonna do it that way. So, David,
Yes.
first off, thank you for coming. I'm blessed to have you here on our platform and everything. And so the reason that we got you here is because like not only you have a heck of a story, like your story can represent some of the ongoing activities that's still happening today, and like you can maybe be like a spokesperson or a positive vibe to to your community. You know what I'm saying, and what you can give. Like you come from the Nickerson Gardens,
Yes.
which is a popular, very, very popular spot. Like if you don't know, now
Now
you
you
know.
know.
You know what I'm saying? One of them type of things. So you've been there, you know what I'm saying? So I want you to kind of give me reference into everything of how you come about. And you once upon a time had an L, a life sentence.
Life without parole.
Life without parole. You know what I'm saying? By God's grace, you was blessed to get out. You come from there. You journeyed through here. So I want you to take me through everything.
Yes.
Okay? So I'm
Yes.
gonna give you the floor and start me from the beginning.
Oh, the beginning. David Lynch Jr., born January 26, 1974, to the parents of Big Roy Lynch and Cynthia Sparks Lynch, my mother and father. Uh, Growing up in the projects, born and raised in the city of Watts, it was a lot of love throughout the community. My mother and father side lived there. Uh, my mother came from Alexandria, Louisiana. My father came from Sweetport, Louisiana. They met when they was 15 in the projects, and it's a funny story behind it because my daddy just basically pushed up on her, like, "Hey, excuse me, what's your name?" "My name's Cynthia." "Well, from this day on forward, you my girl, you gonna be my wife and the mother of my children."
Straight like that.
At the age of 17, my mother ended up getting pregnant. Uh, Had me when she was 18.
So you the oldest.
I'm the oldest,
Okay.
and I'm by myself. Then May 1st, 1975, my sister Shantika Sonora Lynch is born.
Okay.
So now I have somebody to hang out
Interact
with
with
and
other
be
than
a big
friends.
brother, And to this day, my sister, she's my best friend, very supportive of mine,
That's
and
right.
always have been. Growing up, we stayed in the projects. My father, my grandpa, whom I'm named after for the namesake David Lynch, he was original member of the 1950 doo-wop group, the Platters. So I was living in the projects. I seen the people coming in and out my grandparents' home, and we doing what kids do. We outside, you know, and
So back at that time when you was coming up was like the Nickerson Gardens is known.
yes,
They like, so was it as hot back then to where like game banging or just I know the live environment was always there. It's huge.
yes,
If it was that huge back then. They
yes.
maybe they extended, I don't know. But like was that going on to where when you grew up it was like I'm born right here amongst this, so it kind of influenced a little bit of my lifestyle type of thing.
It was a very influence on my lifestyle because
Okay.
as a kid, as a child, going walked every piece of concrete in the projects and
So they
seeing the
was game
things.
banging back then.
It was game banging, but more love amongst the communities. We can go everywhere we wanted to
Yeah.
Carver Park, to Will Rogers, to Enterprise Park, Roosevelt Park,
With no issues.
with no issues. It was just love
Okay.
back then, from all people, who I seen and wherever me and my little friends went. My childhood friends on our bicycles, air pump, got all the tools just in case we catch a flat.
And you said this was in the what?
This was in the 70s.
70s. Okay, so it's totally
70s.
different from even way before I was born. Like, you know
Before
what I'm
I was
saying?
born.
Like, okay, so you basically had your time. Like, so now as you get older, because you was there up until the time.
Yes.
Okay, so like at some point, when I say like, did it influence you? Like, so did you gangbang?
Yes. I was again. My influence came from my uncles, my
Okay.
fathers, who were original. Back then had teeny boppers in different little groups, but then the name Bounty Hunters came about. It was just Watts, William Nixon going Bloods, and Bounty Hunters came about.
Okay.
And for me, interaction with the police was regular because, they was always looking for my father. And for me, it was seeing my father running in and out the house, being a little kid nosy. He was selling PCP. In December 7, 1979 is when
But he didn't gangbang. He just
no,
sold drugs.
he was
and
just sold drugs. He was just basically a straight up hustler,
Okay, and what happened?
getting his money. And December 7, 1979, I was 5. My sister was 4, and our little brother Ricky was 1. Him and his friends went, cooked the PCP. And after they finished cooking the PCP, they was inside the home,
Okay.
2-story apartment.
And they was cooking it to get rid of it. Like, this what they did. Okay.
This they did. They always had a saying that it was gold, like it was the best idea.
Okay.
And the house exploded.
Mm.
And him and his friends who were in the
From
home.
cooking it, or it was after,
it
and
was
they thought it was
after.
good.
It was after.
Wow.
It was
That's,
after.
okay.
That's heavy.
And the house exploded.
And this was inside of the Nickerson Gardens.
No, this was down on Central on 103rd,
Okay.
down the street from Will Rogers Park,
Okay.
down the street from the Jack in the Box. And
People were like living in that community too, right there.
yes, the whole community in Watts, but they was in a 2-story home, in an apartment building, and there was no way out. They tried to open up the door, but they closed. Everything they had on was melting on the doorknobs, and so my father, he jumped out the window. And by this time, the fire department coming and people running out their homes trying to lay down, and put them out. And the following day, December 8th, my father, he passed away.
From like severe burn, like.
Severe burns, and then a glass cutting up his organs inside of him, jumping out of the window.
So he left from there, but he didn't survive past that.
No, he didn't make it.
He didn't make it. Man, that's and you was 5.
I was 5, my sister was 4, and our brother was 1.
And so since that time, like how did it like change your world, or how did it impact you to make you become what you became? Like, did it have any type of influence, impact, like what?
The impact and influence had on me based on Lil Roy Lynch, his first son. And for me, I followed in my father's footsteps.
Okay. As Junior.
As Junior.
Okay.
I got to make my way now. And growing up, this is what I seen. Drugs, gang banging, so on and so forth. And I was like, you know what? I got to get in the game. And at 12 years old, 1986, I learned to first work the doors, serve the customers, and learn how to cook, rock it up, weigh it, and get it up out of there.
What was your mom thinking around that time when you started doing that stuff?
For me, my mom, she didn't approve, but she understood. But my mother, she became a drug addict, because of her first love, her husband, the father of her children.
So at the time when he was serving, she wasn't doing drugs.
She wasn't.
But at the time of his death, because of what he did, you stepped up, so you seen more in that light. You began to see that she was into it, but on the opposite side.
Yes. Smoking PCP and, seeing my mother just out there in some field in the projects tripping out. And, oh, she out there, Cynthia out there tripping. And for
So it's
me,
basically, there's some people sold to her,
I didn't directly see anyone sell to her.
but I mean, you know where it's coming
I
from.
know where it's coming from.
Okay.
For sure, I know where it's coming from. Somebody out here, she getting it from within this community right here in these projects. And to me, it was embarrassing. It was pain, it was hurt, it was anger.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
your
my mother
mom,
right
of
here.
course.
This is my mother out
So
here.
at this time, you was how old?
This time, I was still young. I was 6, 7, 8, like throughout
Okay, just a
my
few
youth,
years.
and just going into 11, 12, 13 years old, even a teenager.
So you was already at this time pretty much like, far as the mental, because you wasn't even near developed, not even
Right.
near, and you was being like, okay, accepted and the things that you wanted to do for the influence. So like
You had to grow up fast.
you had to grow up like super fast, and not only did you step up to be like, okay, I seen this, so I'm stepping in my dad's shoes. Now I gotta protect my mama, and not just protect her as my mom, I gotta overlook her addiction, which is if you ever been there, then it's a total different ball game with parenting your parent. You know what I'm saying? And so like so at what point, because so you sold, you had this other responsibility, and then at some point you chose to game bang. You chose to get into
The gang life. And that's growing up. I'm born and raised in Nixon going. So off top, I'm a Bomani on the blood.
okay.
That's what I represent, going to school, and especially when I hit junior high school, Markham Junior High School, where the Nickerson Gordons, the Imperial Courts, and the Jordan Downs all attended this one junior high school.
Okay.
And I went to school every day. I wasn't into ditching or anything like that. I went to school every day. But on Friday, it was get 'em up day. These 3 different projects, we would walk to the train tracks. I want to fight him. I want to fight him. Wasn't no guns, no knives, no nothing. We just knuckling up.
Yeah.
Young dudes out here representing where they was born and raised at.
Straight
The Great Streets, the Bonnianas, the PJYs, Crips. And we would fight. Then the security come. Then we all disperse, run back to our respective projects. You know what I mean? And Monday, we back at school. No violence or anything. We just going to school.
real.
But Friday, it was knuckle up day though.
It was knuckle up, test them hands.
Yeah, see what you're working with.
See what you working with. Back then, it wasn't no, you lose, you about to pull out a gun. It's like, hold on.
You just fighting.
Like you a straight buster.
Right.
You'd pull something like that because you just got whooped on and you couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
You
And
know
it
what I'm
sounds so
saying?
orderly too. Like that's it's like you guys had a schedule.
Yeah,
Like
every Friday.
you guys knew how to act Monday through Thursday, but on Friday you guys knew what time it was.
Yeah.
Straight
Yeah.
up. And that's what it was. So, I want to get, like, deeper in tune. For one, like, when you're taking us down the journey of the deeper hole, I want you to, like, relax. Okay? Don't. This is your story, but also, like, somebody is out there and they finna be, like, blessed or maybe taking heed to your story in whatever type of way that it could possibly work. All right?
Yes.
So first, like, I want you to get into the part of where, like, your case.
Yes.
Okay? Like, whether you take us into depths, whatever, whichever, but get me there. Okay? Into that journey so I can travel down.
No, 1990, I just turned 16. March 12th, I went to San Jose Job Corps. Let me try something different. My mom was in agreement. Let's try something different. She take me across the street from Locke High School, going to the building. I'm looking at all these Job Corps because I had 2 childhood friends who was in Job Corps in Sacramento. So they'll come home. I'm like, where y'all at? Where y'all been at? We in Job Corps. So that's how I got aware of what Job Corps was and, what it was about. So I go to San Jose Job Corps March 12th, 1990. I've been away from my family for a few months. Let me go home, see my, mother, brothers, and sisters. And it was July 20th, 1990 on a Friday. I left San Jose with my childhood friend who was attending San Jose State playing basketball. We drove down in his Camry get to the house, seeing my family. I'm back in my element now. Project, seeing my childhood friends, going to the house party. I was supposed to leave back to Job
But
Corps.
at this time, you was considered like, oh, he a blood from the Nickersons.
Yes,
Okay.
and I called my childhood friend like, man, I'm ready. He like, man, let's stay one extra day. And that following Monday, July 23rd, my life changed. I sat down, and orchestrated and looked at what I'm about to do. And for me, it was selfless of greed.
Okay.
All I seen was money. Finna get money, money, money. And
Because you had been in that survival mode since your pops left, and that's just what you took, and that's what you know. So now, from the age of, let's say, 6, 7, 8 to 16, this is what you've developed.
that's
Okay.
what I developed in
All right.
to getting money.
Okay.
I was a young hustler, still going to school, doing all the things that I thought I was doing right. Making right decisions. But at the end of the day, for me, I wasn't making no right decision. I was just making decisions on, I got to survive. I have a mother, I have a brother, and I have 4 sisters now, and to provide for them. And on this day, a carjacking occurred first, took a car, went to my location to go in there to present these papers, for car registration. It didn't turn out that way. Someone was murdered. Someone was kidnapped. Went up on trying to get money, still forcing the issue. Let's go to the bank. Go to the bank. Everything just go haywire from the bank. It gets hysterical. Run up out the bank. And on my way back with my co-defendant and I, that's when the police get behind us. And from him getting behind us, a shootout began with the Compton police, sheriff, high-speed chase, robberies, attempted murder, robberies. All these things is happening.
Back to back.
Back to back, back to back, back to
Was
back.
never the plan, but now it's out of hand.
Never wasn't a plan, and it truly got out of hand. And this shootout is going on with us and them back and forth. They shot up the whole car. And by the grace of God, I wasn't here, nor was my co-defendant.
Neither one of y'all was here.
And I jumped out, and I'm behind a car. It's like, wow, this is it for me. I'm cornered, And I just rose up. They shooting. I'm running and ducking. Run out of bullets. Apprehended. Taken to the police station, beaten, the whole nine, And
What station was it?
Compton Police Department.
Okay.
Compton Police Department.
And so at this time they took you 16. So you said in the 90s?
1990.
1990. I wasn't even born then. I'm 91. So back then, but times was, when I say extremely different, they were, So so after that, so you went from where you was at to Compton now, and that's how you get involved with the Compton police, because you wasn't out there. It didn't start out there.
No, it didn't start out there.
It didn't start out there, but this is how far it escalated.
How far
From
it escalated.
spot to altercation to interaction, whatever. That's how far it went. So from there, they take you to the police station. Now, did you and your co-defendant stick together?
Yeah, we stuck together.
Okay.
Yeah, we both stuck together.
And he did as much time as you?
Yeah, he's still incarcerated.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know what type of spirit you had on you, but I want to get down there, because back then we was raised in church. We was raised to know who God was. So I'm not gonna touch on that right now, but I'm just saying, like I'm saying, like especially because you're saying he's still incarcerated and you out, you know. So like at that time, boom, you go, you get locked up. Now they take you. So I'm sure you once upon a time was locked up since that day.
I never been incarcerated a day in my life.
A day in your life. That was the first
That
time.
was my first time ever
and
being incarcerated.
okay, so walk me down there.
They go in there, they bring us in the interview room. You know, they say the date or whatnot. So only thing I know is like, I told him straight up, call my mother so she can come pick me up so I can go home. You know, and that's when it just went haywire. Boop, bat, boop. You know, they beat me up because the officer was shot.
Oh,
You know, doing the shootout with the officer.
okay.
You know, police was shot. So, you know, they'll do what they did. They did what they did to us. They take us to Los Padrinos,
Mm.
juvenile hall, and they throw us in a whole unit RS. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, my door come wide open. It's a gentleman, security guard, Mr. Jeffrey, who worked in the neighborhood. His father, Mr. Joe, had an ice cream truck.
Mm-hmm.
Knew everybody in the neighborhood. And he just went off on me. Like, man, what are you doing? Like, no, not you.
Knowing your circumstance and knowing you ain't never been in trouble, he know who been in trouble. Okay.
And I just rose up. And I'm like, man, like, what's going on, man? He's like, man, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, man, I tripped out. Like, I made a mistake, man. I was so out of it.
Were you under the influence at this time?
I promise you, I wasn't under no alcohol, no marijuana, no anything.
So all this you were doing totally sober.
I was sober.
Never tried any drug, never nothing.
Smoked marijuana and you know, drunk Old English and night training Cisco mixed in the Old English bottle. But on this particular day, I was sober.
Wow.
I didn't have no type of narcotic within my body at all, nor alcohol.
Wow.
And here I am in Los Padrinos with the crime as a juvenile. And
How much did that impact you? Like just the whole part of, you know, the way the number one, how the police treated you, right?
Yes.
These are adult men
yes,
beating on youth,
yes.
right? Like how did that impact you? Do you think that like made you more angrier, or were you scared? Were you like, what were your feelings?
I was scared of the unknown.
Yeah.
Of this situation of my life that I just put myself in.
Because like you said, that wasn't the plan.
That was not the plan. My plan was for me to go back to Job Corps.
Yeah.
And within decisions that I made to do otherwise, I put myself in a situation that I never been in before.
Yeah.
Incarcerated.
So you must have had like a culture shock too, right? Being behind bars at that young age.
It was a culture shock. It was eye-opening. Because so as I'm placed on a unit, now the hit 'em up game becomes, you know, where you from? And the only thing I know from having uncles, which my uncle one has been incarcerated 47 years, and childhood friends going to camp and youth authority, I know for me, I had to represent where I was born and raised at.
Yeah. There was like no option but to do that.
It wasn't no option but to represent where I was from. And that's Bomani. I'm from Bomani, you know. And when I got the NNO, you know, same age gentleman there with me, 16, 17 years old, gangbanging. You know, and I was like, this is what this is. This is what my life is. So as of now.
So I got a question. So you said, and I know it's kind of like doubling back, but So at a time, you said back then, like during you had that shootout, a police was hit,
Yes,
right? So like throughout your time, that now was on your paperwork, right?
yes.
Okay. So throughout that time, like, how did the police treat you during your time there?
It was, first of all, they had me always slept in a room, never was a day room sleeper, but I didn't really start getting treated unfairly until we was going to court,
Okay.
by the deputies in the LA County.
And they started to hear it.
They looking on there, they looking on my abstract of judgment. Oh, we had 7 counts. So it was just bad from the giddy up. Now I moved from Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall to Central Juvenile Hall on KL, which they used to say that was one of the worst units to be on because everybody in there had a high profile case. Hispanics, blacks, bloods, Crips, whites, it didn't even matter, that was a unit in that unit. This what it was, a lot of gang banging going on. And the staff, they wasn't like, not like the police. The police didn't really start tripping on us until we start going to adult court.
Okay.
With the county jail, the deputies come pick us up from juvenile hall. Oh, we got some little badasses right here. And I had a cold attitude, but my attitude came from pain, anger, everything since the day my father left me, it was here.
So like now, like even how old are you?
I'm 51.
You 51. So like energy wise, like earlier I wanted to, express like I want you to relax. Like when a person's shaking their knee, they doing this, it shows a certain type of nerve. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with you having to go back down, what memory lane, did that kind of like bring you back to some stuff? Like it make you like anxious, nervous, or make you like just going back down memory lane can always bring a certain type of shock to that person. You a grown man now, but back then, and speaking this, you was a little boy. So like, did it like kind of like brought you back mentally to take you back down that road, or?
It brought me back mentally, and it brought me back emotionally.
Okay, in what way though? Like explain to me.
And mentally, just the thought.
Okay.
Of my actions of that day.
Okay.
Emotionally, because I'm blessed.
In what way? Like express.
I'm blessed in a way of God had his hands on me the whole time. And when I came into my own, opened up my mind with understanding of my past, there in my present, in prison, whatever future he may have for me, and it was just like I had to peel off layers and layers and layers of pain.
Talk to me about that. Tell me about it.
Yeah, like how long did it take you? Like how long did it take you to get to that point? Because I'm sure in the beginning of your time it was not like that.
No. In the beginning of my time in youth authority, I was wilding out. I had a slogan of, I didn't care about nothing based on my life without parole sentence.
Yeah.
What can you do to me that I haven't done to myself? I was scared. I was angry. Because now I'm in YTS, Chad, and these prisons is like, these youth authority facilities is like mini prisons. And I was like, man, you know what? I really didn't care. I was so emotional. Going through what I was going through, hearing about my mother. Now she's still indulging in PCP, but now smoking crack cocaine. So all these things that I'm hearing about what's going on with my family, it's more, there's no settlement for me
It's the
to
fuel
get
to your
right.
fire.
So I was a reactionary. I react to everything. The way people spoke to me, we got to get in. No type of sense of guidance at all. Because I had a life without parole sentence. What can one tell me and do to me? My mind said I wasn't even here. I was gone.
Mm.
I was living in a world within a world, incarcerated. You know, my mom came up there to see me one day, and I was like, wow. When I was in YTS, from me knowing this big boned woman, looking at this thin woman now,
You feel like it was her downfall.
it was her downfall and
She looked unrecognizable.
unrecognizable for me, knowing my mother, you know, and always seeing her the way I always saw her. And I know with my incarceration played a lot in that. I'm her firstborn. Her husband deceased. Her firstborn is incarcerated with a life without parole sentence. Eating at her. And she didn't have the tools, the knowledge, the understanding to even know who to turn and talk to get her to get herself together for the rest of her 5 children.
So, do you feel like that was something that you carried to make you feel like, for me, I recognize that the firstborn son, firstborn daughter, the oldest, whatever, they got a lot to take on. They become more of a parent than a parent sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in that time, like, was that part of the reason which you acted the way that you acted? Like you said, like, you was in such pain. So most of your emotion was like, do you feel like you was just like a immature boy with like such big feelings at the time?
Immature boy with such big feelings, such big shoes to fill. You know, I had 4 sisters and 1 brother. My mom worked, she was a nurse. That's the only job I ever known my mother to do was work in convalescent homes and take care of the human beings. And I'm out there doing what I got to do to support our household, you know. So I was a parent. Being a parent to my brothers and sisters, right along with my sister T.
And at this time, though, you already seen, like, your mom had kind of low-key now for some time been in the condition she was in, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you chose the path you chose,
Yes.
knowing that you would either leave her or you probably didn't recognize, but you wasn't helping that situation.
Not at all.
So now, like, how does that make you feel now?
After I look back on it, I accept the things, the pain that I caused my mother, you know, with me realizing my mother couldn't even get help, you know, at the time. And what I was doing was just pushing her more into the drugs because that's what she found to numb herself of the pain that she had within her. Not having a therapist to go and talk to, you know. We can go to church, but at the church, it's back to normal program.
You found God?
Oh, man, I found God.
Where?
I found God when I was in Pelican Bay State Prison.
What happened?
I went to Pelican Bay February 6, 1996, 22. And as I'm sitting in that cell looking out the window in this rain and I'm looking at my ID card, I'm like, I'm in Pelican Bay State Prison. I'm like, God. And me knowing and hearing about that prison, going to that prison, that was an eye-opener for me, you know, to listen and learn. Because there were a lot of gentlemen who came to this system, has been in this system for decades. A lot of my OGs, and here I come. Lil Roy. And I just paid attention and I listened. But my awakening came for me in 2008 when I had to do 7 years and 3 months, when they sentenced me to an indeterminate SHU. And as I sat in that cell
So
by
you was in
myself,
SHU that long?
yes, from 2008 to 2015 when they let me out September 24th.
You was in SHU
I was in the SHU.
for exactly how long?
7 years and 3 months.
Was that due to your case, or that was because of something else?
Oh, no, because of a case I caught in the inside.
From the inside.
I had caught a SHU time.
So take me from that time you caught that case down to the time when it's like I met God, like I met him?
It came in 2011, April 1st, when they came and got me out my cell and told me I had a death in my family. And my sister had called up there, and when they said, your sister Shantika, I almost passed out because I thought my sister had passed away, but she was calling up there to let them know, to tell me that, inform me that my cousin who was incarcerated in a level 3 committed suicide. And my family, his mother, my aunt, they turned to me with questions. You've been incarcerated for so long. You strong.
What would make him want to do that?
What would make him want to do that?
If it's true.
And I received a letter from him that he wrote March 27, 2011. In the letter, as I reread it, it was just reminiscent of when we used to ride our dirt bikes, had our pet bulls, had our birds, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, God, I need you. I need you. And he crumbled me, broke me all the way down. Broke me all the way down to dust. And this is where I need you to start at. I had to go all the way back to my past to get an understanding of where I came from, where I was born and raised at, the pain that I still have within me from losing my father and my other family members that passed away. And I'm sitting there like, I know that I'm not supposed to spend the rest of my life in here. I don't know when the time gonna come, what the plan is gonna be, but I gotta get me right. And I grew up going to the Christian church, but for me, coming into my own, he showed me and told me, you don't need all the other religions. All you need is me. And that's why I became a spiritual being.
So did you, wait, go back some. So at that moment when you said, like, you was like, oh, God, like, I need you. From the moment you got that letter and you was just, like, in search of some type of, you was fulfillment, because things was just going downhill, apparently, for you. Like, did you have some type of feeling? Like, did you feel the presence? What type of encounter at that moment did you have with saying, like, I met him, I know him at that moment?
My moment came when I pray, I talk to God. And when I meditate, I listen to him. And I see his vision and asking me what he want me to do with myself in my life. So I started to educate myself, reading, studying, cut my hair off that I grew for 23 years.
Damn.
All these things of transformation started to take place within me. Stop being violent. I had to do a lot of self-inventory. Why are you angry? What makes you angry? All these questions I had to ask myself. Go back to my past. Okay, I'm here in my present now. I didn't like the way people talk to me. I had to adjust my attitude, to accept the attitude of others and to overlook the way they may be talking to me and not just take what they say in face value to get me riled up or upset. And he showed me, said, I want you to give everything you have to me. There's two things going to happen to you. One, you're going to be here for the rest of your natural life if you don't open up your heart and give it to me. Give me you, all of you. Everything you have within you, just give it to me. Crying, emotional. Getting all these thoughts, this anger about, just pushing it about of me. And resetting my mindset the way I was talking, the way I was walking, the way I was thinking. Because when I was in that setting, I always thought I gotta have a knife on me everywhere I go. Everywhere I went. Going to child, going to school, going to church, going to the doctor's office. And when I started letting a lot of things go that I know that was having me going in the direction that he didn't want me to go in, I started to see my life more clearer. And not only not me doing it, but with the help of others who I was around.
Did you, during your transformation, did you have homies that turned on you because they didn't understand the I'm stepping back?
And they never turned on me. Not just based on, oh, that's Woo from Bonnie Hunters, but the OG seeing me as, they knew something I had within me. They knew I had something within me that I knew I had within myself. And I would listen. I would sit down and listen. I would go to, we had one brother, a political prisoner, Rochelle St. Q McGee, who was already incarcerated over 40 plus years. And he told me, I want an hour of your time every day right here on this bench. And I was there, posted up with him. You see this? This been my life for 40 plus something years. I don't want it to be yours. Just listen and pay attention.
How long you been out?
I've been out 2 years now.
2 years, and you've hit up just about. Do the state and the feds meet? Sometimes.
No, the state. No, I did all my time in the state.
In the state.
Yes.
You ever met people from the feds?
That's on the outside.
On the outside.
And you had a few gentlemen who probably had, once this time is up, the feds finna come pick me up.
You ever met a dude named Michael Williams?
No.
No. Head buster?
No. No, I never met him.
Now, talking to you, I've already realized it, but now I realize it more. Like, I couldn't get a full understanding of everything bunched up in 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got too much to present to the table.
Yes.
And to say that we can sum it up and get everything wrapped up into this 1 hour would be minimizing your worth and who you are and the journey that you've come from, and I wouldn't do that.
Yes.
I respect you.
Yes, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Because even in this short amount of time, I know it's a lot that I can just listen to. Most of the time, I ask a lot of questions. And this time, I don't have many because you got a lot to offer, and I want to give you the floor.
Yes.
You understand? So,
yes.
In your journey, I don't know, for some odd reason, I don't know if I was brought to you, you was brought to me, I'm not sure, but your spiritual alignment that you have with God, it happened in one of the ways. I'm not sure, I don't know if you ever got conviction of either or, but are you healed today?
For what he's done for me in my life, and I tell every youth that I get an opportunity to, I was on my own timing with God, because I look at it as having a life without parole sentence. My old oppressors, those who sentenced me, wanted me to take my last breath in that four-corner room until they can call my mother, my sister, whatever family member they can, and ask where you want this body to be. But when you center yourself, and you center yourself, and you center yourself, and you not focused on the right or the left, you focus straight ahead, giving him all of your attention and trust, believing, and have faith in him. And that's one person. God, I know, who knows my heart. He knows my heart than any other. You know, I got you, son. I got you, son. I seen you putting that effort. I seen you putting the work in to change. You know, to make change and be a change and be that guiding light, that shining star for other human beings. And that's why I dedicated my life to, you know, being there for the youth, for all mankind of every race, all ethnicities, for me, personally for me. You know, that's what my life is about. To this day, and to the day God called me home. I'm here for each and every community I may be in or be a part of. That's what I dedicated my life to. It's not even about me anymore. It's about me having that opportunity to give back in any way that I can. And my personal relationship with him, just he and I, because I know what he's done for me in my life, and I know what he will continue to do for me in my life. All I do is just listen and be that chosen vessel as he has chosen me to put me back into society, to be there for those that I need to be there for. And that's why I dedicated my life to being and doing his work.
Do you feel like you like almost like on a warrior type of next level?
Yes.
You know how like I can be a warrior for the streets. Like don't mess with me. Like I got that side, you know what I'm saying, to do all type of Tasmanian devil things that you can think of. Like I got it in me. But now on the spiritual side,
On the spiritual
when you
side.
think of that warrior, like can you like Peter? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like he ain't play.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? And he had it in him. But he also stood for what he stood for.
And that's what I stand. I stand for what I stand for. And that's how I received my name, because I earned it from the elders when I was in prison.
What is it?
My Swahili name, Nweye for Hamu Bomani, which means a conscious warrior. You know, and people just call me Bomani for short. It means warrior. You know, and I'm a warrior for the people. You know, and I've received many calls.
Did you tell me that?
I believe I did in the.
You do?
I believe I did in the text.
He ain't say that, did he? He
Oh, I
didn't
didn't
say that.
Oh, okay. You know, but I receive a lot of phone calls from still my friends who I left behind, and you know, just to hear them, the proudness in them of me, you know, being out there doing the work.
Yeah, because you show them hope.
Hope.
Think about it. You show them
Yes.
hope.
And they know.
So what was your actual sentence? How much time? And
I was sentenced, my original sentence was I was sentenced to life without parole / death plus life, and a lot of numbers they ran off.
okay. And you are now a free man.
Yes. After serving 33 years and 122 days, from 16 to 49.
Man, don't tell me what God can't do.
Period.
Don't tell me what God can't do. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here and I'm listening. Do you know, like, I got a whole, man, like, I asked you if you knew that name because that's my older brother. You know what I'm saying? And he's been like this since 2003, 4, you know? And, wow. And, you know, sentenced to just about as much. But the feds, but he's been back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I was curious to know, but like, you have a familiar spirit to me. So I bond with you. It's probably like a trauma bond, I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying? But I bond with you because I relate. If it's not me, you know how you can relate to somebody else because the experience you have around you. And it's one of those things I relate. I bond with you. Like I have so much respect for you. You know what I'm saying? And for not only what you've been through, but like it takes a lot for a man to surrender.
Yeah.
People think it take a lot for you to be out there and be this type of beast out there. That's easy. Anybody would go out with a death wish. All you need to do is have a bad day. But to surrender, it takes embarrassment. It takes emotion. It takes shame. It takes thinking people gonna look at you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People don't get that. They don't understand that, and they're not willing to sacrifice their image for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when a true man or woman, when a true man comes and they surrender themselves to God, it's held at a higher stance because of the shame that they go through. People think it's all glorious once you go to God. No, it's not. You face more battles than you did when you was following Satan.
For sure. For sure.
So, God bless you to be here. I'm going to get you back.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to have you back because, like, not in no type of shape or form do we even get close to the dent of what you can present on this platform.
Yes.
You know? So, keep a open mind, open agenda. And I just pray that you continuously pray and let's just ask God to use you. So,
Yes.
whatever it is that you present here, we can give to whoever needs it, whoever's listening.
Whoever's listening. And that's what I'm here for. And I want to say I'm so, so humbly grateful, so appreciative for you, KG, and you, Cindy, for allowing me to come on your platform. And I know that spiritual connection is there between us. I know. You know, that's just what I feel. And there's more great things ahead. And what I want from this is for those who listening, watching, just to have an understanding of where you want to be and what you want to do with your life.
Because is it worth it?
Because it's worth it. It's not. It's not.
If you had a message as an OG that you could pass to, now I want to give you a second. This is your camera right here.
Yes.
I want you being on both sides of the fence and being as where you stand. Like, I want you to give a message to these young dudes that's out here doing what they do. I know you're familiar with it.
Yes.
Even if it's for same young dudes that's from Nickerson Gardens, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, give a message and say something to them. Okay, use this camera and speak it to that one for me.
To all you young gentlemen, whomever you may be, no matter what ethnicity you are, just know and understand, I have been you. I was you. And at the age of 16, I made the wrong decision of my life, of me being sentenced to life without parole, serving 33 years and 122 days of my life. I understand you may go through peer pressure. I understand you may go through asked to use drugs, be a part of this gang, that gang. Let's do this, let's do that. But ask yourself, look in that mirror and ask yourself, do I want my freedom taken away from me? Let's know not just your freedom, but your life. Because when one is living that type of life, we're given two options: life in prison or someone's cemetery. But I'll ask yourself, do you want your parents, your mother, your father, or children you may have? Just think about their pain or the decision that you're making right now, if you're out there not living accordingly like you're supposed to. But the most important thing, put your trust, belief, and have faith in God and always keep Him first. There's nothing wrong with crying. And I know, just like many of you, just like I was, I needed somebody to listen. I needed somebody to listen. And the only people I thought were listening to me that I know of were the streets. And that's something that I do not want any of you to go through what I went through. Be blessed. And thank you.
Hey, so, man, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. Look, I hope for y'all viewers or whoever's out there, whoever is taking the time to listen, that actually could receive that. And if you know somebody that could receive that message, send this to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a message worthy of passing. How we send reels 30 and 30 back to back, send this. You know what I'm saying? Give somebody that New Year's type of energy to where it's like, hey, receive this from somebody that been there, done that. Because everything that y'all doing ain't new. It's repetitive. It's been done. But the thing is, now it's getting worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? The consequences is getting more detrimental. Life and death always been a thing, but now it's getting more detrimental. You know? So, God bless y'all. I thank y'all again for always tuning in, for having us. Those that tuned in on a live session, it's our first live session. Hey, shout out to everybody that came on here to the Talent Podcast, man. Y'all, like, we salute y'all, you know, from each and every person that's sitting here on this platform right now. We thank y'all, we salute y'all, and we hope to have y'all back for another session. You know, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you,
This,
KG.
this
Thank
won't
you,
be the
C.
last time.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, this
I'm
won't
here.
be the last time. I'm looking forward to the wisdom that you got, for you can spread it. God is
Yes.
gonna use you in a way, and I wanna. This platform is created for wherever God placed people. Okay,
Let's
so
work.
if you find yourself here, you just thank God, not me.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
Cindy. Thank you again for showing up. Hey, and FYI, y'all, when y'all say that y'all can't make time, this man made time. For it was no excuse that he wasn't gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? To be able to fulfill this interview. You know what I'm saying? Car broke down, relied on somebody else that he know, roommate, neighbor, whatever it is that you got to do to be here, and rely so much he was here an hour early. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing that should hold y'all back from an opportunity, in which y'all say that is an opportunity that's given to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, man.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
And y'all
you.
already know you tuned in to Talent. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Talent stands for Take a Look Inside Truth, for y'all that don't know. And we out, and hope to see y'all again. God bless.